This one comes from Kirk. If PG, more like G sometimes, was dropped, you were WWE's lead writer, what are 2 or 3 storyline ideas you would write to get people interested again? Thanks. As always, keep up the great work. Well, thank you for that. First of all, you don't need to have TV 14 or have that kind of rating to write a good story. So I would find out a way to write a compelling storyline without having to be overly edgy. You can be edgy in some ways. Look at Raw. The B word was thrown around several times. BS was said. It was censored, but it was still said. WWE will push the envelope a little bit, especially around WrestleMania season. They just don't do it excessively like they did during the Attitude Era. So what would I do? Again, I don't really have any specific idea or storyline. It's a lot tougher than it seems to come up with a really compelling storyline. I guess if I put enough thought into it, I could come up with some ideas, some storylines. What I would like to see is just something different, something that hasn't been done before, and that's tough. It's tough to do something that has not been thought of yet. That takes a lot of creativity, and I'm probably not enough of a creative person to come up with something. But what I would do, ideally, is have more than 2 or 3 storylines where every character has something going on. Much like the Attitude Era, each character has their own storyline, and you have a plan for the storyline. You have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you have backup plans. If somebody gets hurt, you're going to take the storyline in this direction. You think things out, and you put more thought into the story writing process. And I feel like today you have, 20 writers in WWE, and they still cannot think of really compelling long-term storylines. So you need maybe a smaller crew, maybe 3 or 4 people, and these people put some time and effort into making long-term plans and alternative routes to go depending on fan reaction. You know, if the fans react poorly to this, we can do this instead. And you map it out. You plan it out. And I think it would make for more interesting shows in the long run. And you can throw your little twists and turns and make the shows more interesting. Have some swerves, but have swerves that make sense. So really, that's all I can say. It's just a basic formula of what to do rather than just say specifically this storyline's going to have this guy do this thing. Just the basic structure of planning out long-term, having some backup plans, having some swerves in place to throw people off, but in the end, everything makes sense. That would be ideal. But unfortunately, WWE's attitude is, you know what, it's just wrestling. People just want to chant things and watch guys do moves, and they don't even care about pyro anymore, so we're just going to stick to our formula that we've been doing for 20 plus years. And that's the way it is.